Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience with the SHW podcast this week as we dive into Australia. I'm Tom Delicati here with John White and Brady King. We are your underinformed American buddies talking F1. And we had the Australian Grand Prix this weekend, and I am currently still out of town on vacation, or as the friends across the pond would say, I am on holiday. And we're getting together, recording this for you because we love you, we care about you. And this is going to be more of an uncut, unfiltered version of the SHW podcast because I'm being honest with you, I'm not going to take the time to edit it once we're done here.
And that is
Don't
your right,
mess
Tom.
Brady, John, I'm really proud of you guys because we all apparently stayed up and watched the race live in real time. Is that true, or am I making that up?
No, I stayed up.
According to our text messages, I was awake and watched the whole race.
Like how he doesn't trust himself, just the text messages.
Just the text messages.
I'm extremely proud of all of you. All of us. Yeah, I had the advantage of being in an extra time zone.
Brady did not. So you finished at about 2 o'clock in the morning, right?
Right. Yep. 2 a.m.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oof, it's a late one, but worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Fun times. What were your overall thoughts on the wet race there, Brady?
I mean, how can you ask for much more? It's a great opener. We got to see some pretty telling performance numbers out of some of the top teams, but also there was a lot of chaos. So I don't know. I couldn't ask for anything more.
It was very exciting. I think had it been a boring race, it would have been very difficult for us to stay up through its entirety. But with the number of DNFs and just changing conditions, and there's a liquid in my seat. What is it? Must be the water. A lot of good radio gold in there. I mean, it was pretty exciting.
I was watching it on a laptop screen because somebody had to pull up their YouTube TV account. So we were watching it through laptop speakers, laptop screen. But I just kept thinking, like, gosh, when am I going to get to go to bed with all the delays and the safety cars and the restarts? Like, I was freaking tired.
After the DNF or possible DNS on lap 1, I thought to myself, at what point during the night do I decide to watch this in the morning? Yet every time something would happen, it just kept me engaged longer and longer. Before I knew it, there were only 20 laps left. I'm like, well, I can't give up now. I might as well just stay and finish it.
That's exactly how I felt. There were maybe 15 or 20 laps left, and I made the conscious effort that I'm going to stay awake and watch the end of this race. I did not watch the podiums or the post-race interviews or anything like that. So I will be open and honest with you guys. Yep. You're not going to get much information from me on that one.
I skipped that too. But there was at one point, Tom, I think you texted like the race was pretty sterile. And it was, I mean, after the initial round of sort of chaos, it was kind of paint by numbers until Fernando crashed. And I remember thinking, man, is it just going to be a parade? What am I doing? I could just go to bed and watch this in the morning. And then suddenly Fernando crashes and then all hell broke loose.
Yeah, it did. Leave it up to Fernando to just reel us back in at the last moment.
So the Aussie curse is alive and well, apparently, that Australians can't do well at their home Grand Prix. Did you guys feel pretty gutted for Oscar?
Yes. I mean, how can you not? It really wasn't even his fault. It felt like the car just kept sliding in. I mean, in that one corner, it was like he hit the one spot that was wet, right? And he hit it harder than everybody else. And everybody else made it through fine. So it wasn't his fault. You couldn't even see it. It was just, that's tough breaks.
It's bad luck, but seeing him come out of the grass in reverse and just not give up while everybody is cheering behind him, that's pretty cool. I'll take that.
You guys, I feel terrible that I did this so poorly today during this recording. And I'm going to apologize to the listener as well because they're going to hear every bit of this. But I really screwed up. And I recognize it now. And I apologize to you.
Uh-oh.
But we dove right into talking about overall thoughts on the race when, in fact, we can't do that yet. We cannot do that yet.
I thought
because before we can do any of that.
Oh, no. I thought we were trying something new for the season, you know?
A tradition unlike any other. It's our 15-second race reviews. And Brady, I'm going to go.
Yeah, am I going to kick it off?
I'm going to start with you.
Get him, Dr. King.
All right, let's check in with our rookies. Okay, let's start practice. Ollie, no. Okay, off to qualifying. Liam, no. Okay, more qualifying. Kimmy, no. Okay, it's race day. Isaac, no. Okay, actually start the race now. Doing, no. Wait, Fernando, no. Okay, we made it a little bit. Liam again, no. Portolello, no. Okay, I think that's all of them. Can I ask a question before we do another race review? One of etiquette here.
Sure.
We need a shortened name for Bortoletto. So are we calling him Gabby or are we calling him Bort?
Can we call him Bart?
I vote for Bort.
Bort. I like Bort.
Let's go with Bort. I'm fine with that.
All right.
Consider it christened. Right,
Bort
John?
it is.
Well, we had 12 safety cars and a total of 90 laps led by safety car. And still, with all those yellow lights leading the way, we had one of the most surprising and eventful races we've seen in a while. What's the recipe for an exciting race? 1 cup of fresh rookies, 2 cups if I forgot how to drive a race car, 3 dashes of failed team strategy, and 1 gallon of sweet, sweet Australian rain. Write that down, Monaco.
You ordered that up, the wet race.
I tried.
Yeah, that was good. I came pretty unprepared for this, so just bear with me. I'll do my best. But really, the theme of this race is that McLaren surprisingly got a strategy right. Some old habits at Ferrari do die hard in terms of their strategy and execution. And big surprise, Carlos said that Williams was not going to have a top 5 car this year. And guess what? First race of the year, top 5.
Who's the
Just
fool now?
5. Yeah,
Just
wrong
not,
guy.
Just not him.
Yeah, who put that on their parlay for $1 million? That Albon would finish better than Carlos. Not me.
And a top 5 nonetheless. How about the both Mercedes getting in the top 5 as well? That was pretty impressive considering all the factors of the race, but also the fact that it was Antonelli's very first Grand Prix and he comes out and scores P4. That's good for him. Good for him.
Dude, it was a hell of a drive. When on that first lap, when Doohan spun the car there after I think it was like turn 3 or 4, there's a little clip of Kimi in that exact same spot, almost losing it, and saves the car. And I was just really impressed with like just cool under pressure, saves the car in the wet, just continues to drive and like put up a good lap. Props to him for being like under a lot of pressure as a rookie, putting points up. Awesome.
Chugga, 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 choo choo.
Proud
Trains
Papa.
rolling out of the station.
Yeah, proud Papa indeed. And if we're going around apologizing, Tom, I should probably go ahead and apologize here that I did not have a lot of confidence in our friend Ricky, Kimmy, whatever his name is. Can't remember his name, but I didn't have a lot of confidence in him because if I remember correctly in the last episode, I was kind of poo-pooing on him and he made me eat my own words here.
I mean, in your defense, all the rookies except for him.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to chat about rookies here in just a few minutes. I think we owe it to ourselves first to go through our top 5, bottom 5 predictions from last week. And the leaderboard currently has Brady in 3rd because his 3-pointer didn't hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing. Brady said that Sainz would have a top 7 finish and poor guy couldn't complete a few laps. John, your 3-pointer did hit. Yeah, some would say. John, your 3-pointer did hit, and that was, remind me your 3-pointer again?
2 or more DNFs.
That's correct. And I believe we had
6.
6?
Yeah, I believe
maybe 5. There was some discussion about whether the DNS for Isaac there, sorry. Yeah, and then it turned out it didn't matter.
Right. Yes,
You
there
nailed
was
that one.
There was speculation on that one for a while as to whether or not that would count for a DNF. But according to the official standings, he was classified as a DNF. Hajar, Doohan, and Sainz all completed 0 laps and DNF'd.
Yikes.
So good for them. But anyways, John, you got 5 picks correct out of 10, plus your 3-pointer, so you're sitting at 8. I got 6 picks correct, plus my 3-pointer, so I am currently sitting at 9. And that means that when we pick later for China, I get to pick first again.
That's
Look
fine.
at him already tooting his own horn again.
One of many races this season.
That's right. There's a long, long season to go, but just let the record show that I have carried over my winning ways from last season into at least the first week of this season. So,
What's that? You're breaking up, huh?
yep.
Bad connection at the hotel.
All right, quick break, and then we will talk about rookies. Do we have a word from our sponsor this week?
As a matter of fact, we do. This episode of SHW is brought to you by our new friends at Ricardo Roo. For the best kangaroo meat, look to Ricardo Roo. When most kangaroo meat is too lean and too gamey, Ricardo Roo is a perfect blend of tender and sweet, just like the honey badger himself. Ricardo Roo, when lame kangaroos just won't cut it. Coming soon to a Woolies near you.
Oh, Woolies. Thank you to our friends at Ricardo Roo. We definitely appreciate the new sponsorships that we've been having lately. And I think we owe it to ourselves to talk about some rookies. So, John, why don't you lead us through this this segment?
Indeed. So we had 6 rookies start the Australian GP, and arguably 2 came out alive. And so for this segment, what I'd like to do is let's start with a handful of rookies, and I'm going to ask you guys to throw me a quick grade, how you think they did, how you think they didn't in some cases, and do a little coffee talk. So we're going to start with one Mr. Ollie Behrman from Haas. Started from the pit lane, so not exactly the great place to start at your first GP, and finished 14th, which, mind you, is last because we had 6 DNFs.
Yeah.
Tom, how would you grade Mr. Ollie Behrman for this race?
Well, can you remind me, lap did they have their final safety car restart on? Does anyone know this off the top of their head? Can you give me a ballpark?
It would have been there's 57 laps, and it would have been somewhere around that late 20s, early 30s is when Fernando went.
So
Does that
halfway
sound
through
about
the race.
right?
Sure.
No, there was the later one after Liam and Bort went off.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Okay. So probably in the late 30s, early 40s.
Mm-hmm.
We're showing our stupidity here. I think it was actually later than that.
Wow.
Well, either
late
way,
in the race. Let's just
Yes.
say that.
Either way, I know that some drivers had to unlap themselves at the end of these safety car restarts. I also know that some went back through the pits during that to switch wet versus dry tires or vice versa. And I know Behrman was one of them at some point. But my my concerning stat, and this is more of a Haas comment than a Behrman comment. But with that late of a safety car restart and all the cars supposed to be bunched up together, he still finished 40 seconds behind Norris.
Yeah.
40. And Ocon was
car
only
what?
7 seconds ahead of him.
Yeah, that car looks bad.
Yeah, Haas looks very bad off the start. Now, it might have just been the wet conditions, but either way, that is not encouraging. The most encouraging thing is that he finished the race. I will give Ollie a straight C.
Okay. Brady, you think that's fair, unfair?
No, I'm gonna be mean here. Sorry, Ollie,
no.
but yeah, you fail. You can't wreck the car in FP1 and then spin the car on your outlap in FP2 and then not qualify. Like,
I thought we were given race grades, not weekend grades.
yeah,
You're
well,
making me look like an idiot.
I mean, this bodes poorly for the rest of the group if I'm giving him an F and he finished the race.
Yeah, I don't know how you go much further
for
below
finishing.
an F.
Yeah, F for finishing. Okay, we'll step it up a little bit. We'll give him a D because he did finish the race. The rest of it was poor. The question here is how much is the car and how much is him? I mean, it's not like Ocon blew the doors off of him and he was just really bad. They both look bad, and it's has something to do obviously with the car. I mean, Ocon is no slouch as much as we hate on him, but you wrecked the car, you spun the car again, you didn't qualify. That's not looking good. So come back in China, do well. It's no knock on him. It's just a bad race. It is what it is.
It's the age-old question: is it the car or is it the driver?
Right?
I'm going to have to agree with Brady on this one. D's get degrees, and he finished the course, so he gets a degree, but I don't think he's getting hired by the law firm anytime soon. Let's move to the newly named Bort from Sauber Kick Steak. Very
never
cool
not gonna be
looking
funny
car that doesn't perform well. Now, here's what I'll say about Bort. Started 15th, so made it to Q2. But had a DNF, and with a side asterisk to the DNF, it has since come out that there was possible suspension failure that could or could not have caused the DNF. So whilst grading, I would say take that into consideration. Brady.
Yeah, if I give Behrman a D, I feel like it's hard to hate too much on all of the chaos that was going on there. I mean, in some ways, it feels like I should give Behrman a higher grade because he survived the chaos. At the same time, I'm gonna give him a D. He qualified. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give him a C. He qualified good, which is good for the weekend. His race was going pretty well, and since we don't know if it was a suspension failure or not, I'm gonna give him a little bit of a benefit of the doubt. He is also driving a crap car, so yeah, let's give him a C.
A C. Graded better, but didn't finish.
Fair enough. Yes.
I'm going C minus. 45 laps, pretty well. Kept it solid in that car. Potential mechanical failure. I don't grade this against him. He's still very raw. I think it was a good first GP, considering all the factors and conditions. C minus.
I'm going with a B on this.
Hey, all right.
And here's why. I'm grading him not against the other 20 drivers. I'm grading him against the 6 rookies. And I think to make it into Q2 with a Sauber is accomplishment number 1. And I'm going to give more credit to the suspension failure than maybe I should. And I think the DNF is probably a 60-40 split, 60% on Sauber, 40% on him. Give him a good car, and I think he's going to do a lot better.
I like it.
Mr. Duhostmek from Alpine started 14th, also made it into Q2.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly enough, we've got a DNF on the opening lap. Not a good look for Duhan or Ducant. Tom, what do you think?
This is just low expectations, low execution. It's somewhere between a D and an F, and I can't remember if it's D, F, or DNF.
An F.
But
Oh, there it is.
Ew.
I'll go with a D for doing.
A D for doing. Brady.
That Alpine does not look like crap. It's not great, but it doesn't completely look like crap. And part of that is Gasly, and he is who he is. And I know he finished in 11th. It was still out of the points, but it doesn't look terrible.
Yeah, I gotta give him. I think I'm gonna give him the same grade as Bort. I'm gonna give him a C minus. You qualified well. It looks like you've got some pace. It looks like you got bit by the same bug that everybody else did. I mean, it wasn't just the rookies going off, so I can't harp on them too much for not finishing. But you didn't finish, so you're not going to get a great grade. C minus.
C minus.
I'm encouraged by his pace. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't the first to DNF, but the next 2 drivers who DNF'd are Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso. So just keeping that,
right, exactly.
He's the company that he keeps.
And rewind just a week ago, and I was saying that I only gave him 10 races before he's out. The pace that he had makes me second guess that. So, I mean, kudos to you. I'm hoping that that's a step in the right direction, and maybe you won't be just on your way out. However, that is one DNF, and some people will just look at the stats, so don't do it again.
Do you think he has more or less races to look forward to than Liam Lawson?
Maybe they'll be skipping out of the paddock together.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, you convinced me to change my grade on that, Tom, with the company he keeps on the opening lap crash. I was going to give him a D minus because opening lap crash is basically like not writing your name at the top of the paper so the professor knows who the grade goes to. Um, yeah, I'll give him a D. He gets to scoot up a little bit.
Okay.
For the saddest story, according to some, Isaac started in 11th, had a DNF on the warm up lap.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's very sad. Very sad story.
Through none of his, I mean, that was just a failure, wasn't it? Or did he crash?
No, he crashed.
He crashed.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm not remembering correctly. Good qualifying. There's something in that RB this year. It seems like the midfield looks super tight right now, and performances like these are not going to do you any favors in terms of long-term season performance. But I think he was just probably a little blinded by the lights this weekend. I think he settles in, but in terms of my grade for this weekend, he flunked.
Okay.
My grade kept changing for him. So after qualifying, I was like, man, he's going to be at least a B, if not an A, because I just didn't expect a lot for him. And to qualify in 11th, I mean, he looked good. Then you wreck the car, and I'm thinking, okay, that's got to be an F. You can't do that on the I mean, you're in the Lance Stroll spot at this point, right? Like you're wrecking the car before we even start. But then everybody else starts to spin out, and I start to rethink it a little bit, and I think I'm gonna walk away giving him. I don't want to give him a C minus. I don't think it's quite as good as some of the other as the other places up there. So I'll give him a D, um, close to a C minus.
Yeah, I was going to give him a C, primarily due to qualifying, but there's no crying in baseball, and that immediately dropped his grade to a
Oh, come
D.
on now.
Listen,
Hamilton's dad even gave him a hug. I feel
I
like I
know
can't hate on the guy for that.
what.
He's
So
like
what were
14.
I know what were y'all what were your thoughts on that? Like, obviously, the camera was panning to him quite a bit because they needed to clean up a massive wreck on the on the track before we could get restarted again. And his head's down, and it's like he's rubbing his eyes, but his visor's still down, so he's just rubbing his visor. So it's not really doing anything to clear the tears from his eyes. Like,
I
I
feel bad
kind
for him.
I felt bad for him, but also didn't think he did himself any favors by just crying the whole way back.
No, but what can you do if you feel like that? I mean, we've all been in that position where something bad happens and there's not much you can do about it. And for everybody else to judge him, I feel I give Hamilton's dad a lot of credit there for standing up and saying, "Dude, it's gonna be all right. Just it's okay."
Yeah, I mean, I like what Hamilton's dad did. I just think when you're talking about a Formula One driver, you've got to be mentally stronger than that. You can be very disappointed and maybe hold it. Like, I'm not saying those emotions aren't valid. I'm saying hold those emotions till you get back to your trailer. Keep your head up, walk out tall, and then when you go to the team meeting, you account for what you did. And if you want to go home and cry at night, do it. But crying the whole way back made me think that he was like mentally, he's not tough enough to be there yet.
I mean, part of it could have just been he felt like he let so many people down. I could see how that weight on your shoulders just can make you emotional in the moment. I'm with you. You know, with the cameras all around, it's probably not a great look, but it. I mean, to the flip side of that, it shows how much he cares.
Okay, fair
I'm an
enough.
emotional guy, John. I have 3 daughters. I can understand this. I cry
This
all
is
the
true.
time.
Yeah, well, but you cry in your home, so I'll
All
take
right.
it. Liam Lawson, Red Bull Racing, 18th qualified, DNF, late crash, but still kind of sucked. And I think we're
Sucked
still
all day.
questioning whether or not we can trade him out for Yuki anytime soon.
I
At
got a
least that's
question
my
here.
opinion.
Do we think that car is actually a midfield car and Max is just that good? Or is the car that good and Liam's that bad? Because but
It's
even
somewhere in
before
the
I
middle, in
understand
my
it's rain.
opinion.
Yeah, I understand it's rain. I understand that it's hard to pass in those conditions. There wasn't a whole lot of passing going on, but not only did you not qualify anywhere near your teammate, you were light years beyond your team or behind your teammate in the race. So either the car is actually bad and you're just driving it the way it's supposed to be driven and Max is just that good, or you're just really bad. Either way, you get a I got to give him an F. That was
Yeah.
horrible. And then to wreck the car on top of that, you get an F.
He he's the only rookie with significant experience.
Right.
And I feel like that adds a lot of pressure, or, my expectations are higher for him in that regard. And so
Mhm.
I would say my expectations for him in a Red Bull is that he's finishing somewhere between 12th and 6th on a regular basis. He's in the mid to low points. Every now and
Yep.
then he'll be in 4th or maybe get a rare podium from time to time. But that's my expectation from him. And he was so far behind the entire weekend. Maybe he just needs a little time to settle into the car. But I said D earlier. It's an F for me for Lawson for this weekend because the expectations were higher.
Yep.
Yeah, he definitely had higher expectations. I'm with Tom. He gets an F. But to your point, Brady, I think this weekend probably exposed something about Red Bull that everybody's going to be talking about, which is how bad is that car? And I wouldn't say that normally after one weekend and one bad performance, but we're coming off of damn near an entire season of bad performances from Checo. And I know we rode the guy a lot, but he's not a bad driver. And so I think this is probably more of a Red Bull issue than it is a Lawson issue. But
Right.
the only thing that would make me change that is that RB didn't do too terribly bad. I mean, Yuki finished 12th. They kind of have the same car.
I'm going to save you from some Twitter trolls, John, here, and I'm going to call you out right here.
Please do.
You were, saying, now you're saying that, like, oh, Checo, we ripped on him a lot, but he wasn't a bad driver. Literally last week, you said anybody's better than Checo.
Yes, but
I understand. That thoughts and feelings change.
Yes.
Anybody but Liam.
I am taking the information as it comes to me and processing. And much like Mary Jane's Last Dance, I'm willing to admit whenever I'm
strong
wrong.
opinions.
Yes. And I think that I might have been wrong about Checo. And I think that Liam is probably a little bit better than what he performed this weekend. Let's give it a couple of races, not wet, and see how he does.
We never said we were consistent here.
Yeah.
No.
Finishing this up with Antonelli. Who is that? The last one?
Yeah, Antonelli started 16th, finished 4th. Like, this is easy.
Bang. A+.
An F, right? Yeah.
A for Antonelli.
It's got to be
F for fantastic.
That's exactly right. I did not expect that this weekend from him.
Yeah. He did great.
Yep, sure did.
It's also got me thinking Mercedes has got something figured out.
I'm not willing to go that far, but stick around for my top 5, bottom 5 picks in just a minute, and we'll go over that. But
Here we go.
John, did we all agree A+ or A whatever over the weekend?
Oh yeah,
A+.
A+++++.
Well, having that in our back pocket, that's a great transition to our top 5, bottom 5 that we're going to head to right after this short break for China. So our top 5, bottom 5, as we talked about, we are currently, our leaderboard looks at myself with 9 points, John with 8, Brady with 5. So I'm going to go through my top 5, bottom 5. Charles Leclerc, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, George Russell, Carlos Sainz. Back-to-back top 5 finishes for Williams. Now, this is kind of stupid of me because when you get to my 3-pointer, you're going to recognize how stupid this is. So I might have to revise this. But my bottom 5 is both Haas, Ocon, Behrman, Lawson, Bortoletto, and Doohan. So 4 rookies and an Ocon. And my 3-pointer is that at the end of this weekend in China, that Mercedes will lead the Constructors' Championship. Now, I bet against myself here, and this is stupid because I put Lando and Oscar in my top 5. But I'm saying that Mercedes is going to lead the Constructors' Championship. They are currently tied with McLaren, which means Mercedes has to come out with more points than McLaren in a dry Chinese race. I've already looked at the weather. This is going to be a straight-out fight. That's my 3-pointer. It's pretty bold. I think it's pretty bold.
I believe I checked the other day, and there's 1% chance of rain. So why not, right?
So you're saying there's a
They're
chance.
saying there's a chance.
Yeah,
Easy
that's right.
enough. All right, I'll move to my top 5. Throw me 2 McLarens, throw me 2 Mercedes, and give me a Max.
Not down with the Ferraris, huh?
Not until they prove it. I'm going with the information I have available.
Someone push the K1 button, please. Anybody?
K1. Just leave me.
K1?
Leave it be. Leave it to me,
I
please.
think
Leave it
you need
me.
to practice. Push the
Yeah,
K1
really.
button.
For my bottom, give me a Hadge, give me a
Mhm.
Do,
Okay.
give me a Bort, give me a Law, and give me an Ollie.
Just all rookies, huh?
Why not?
Yeah, sure. I mean, they didn't really prove themselves this week, so sure.
I think it's a safe bet until they prove otherwise.
Yeah, I agree.
What about the March Madness 3-pointer for you, John?
I'm going to go with the girl that brought me. Give me 2 or more DNFs.
In a dry China.
Just running it back?
Yep.
All right.
I think I'm okay with this. I think I'm okay with
Yeah,
this.
I feel like I'm going to be regretting this, but all right.
It's because it's so early in the season.
If these
though,
rookies
that's the
all
thing
crash into each other, I'm going to be really upset.
yeah, that's the thing that kind of freaks me out a little bit. So whatever. It's early season.
I'm just wondering, is what's going to happen? We're going to have turn 1, and it's going to be Doohan, Liam, Bort, Behrman all just smash into each other.
I'm going to
John's
get
just
40
be...
points. I'll take it.
All right. Okay, my top 5. Give me Lando and Piastri. Give me Leclerc, and then I'll take Max and Russell.
Okay. I like it.
For my bottom, I'll take a Doohan. I'll take a Liam. I'll take a Bort. I'll take a Behrman, and I'll take an Ocon.
Betting against the Frenchies. I like it.
Yep.
And your 3-pointer.
Okay, for my 3-pointer, I am going to say that the qualifying time, so the top position, the pole position, will be 132.5 or below.
All right. I need to do some research on this.
Yeah, you
Last
caught us
year's
off
was
guard here, so I'm just going to go
133.
ahead and say yes.
Sure. That's great.
We've obviously done more research than we have.
Just start throwing out random numbers, and
Sure, yep.
Tom and I are like,
son of a gun. Okay,
sure.
whatever.
Last
Sure,
year's
go
was
ahead.
133.6. So I'm saying it's 1.1 seconds faster or better.
I think that's very possible, especially on a longer lap like that. But again, this is kind of that early season. You've caught me off guard. Go ahead and take it.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
take it as well, because I don't know that the cars are 1.1 seconds faster.
It'll be interesting.
We'll find out.
Interesting.
We will find out.
And that's our recap of Australia and our look forward to China. Again, thank you for your patience with this episode, as it's going to be coming out uncut and unfiltered. Thanks for putting up with us. And we will talk to y'all next week after the Chinese Grand Prix. It's in Shanghai, right?
It is
That's what
in
they tell
Shanghai.
us.
China's a big country. You know, China's the largest country on the planet with only one time zone.
One time zone, huh?
Yeah.
I tried to look up the weather, but apparently if you just type in China, much like
Yeah.
Australia, don't get a lot of information for weather.
Hard-hitting facts and trivia coming at you from the SHW podcast this week.
Got another late race, though. This is a 2 a.m. 2 a.m.
Ooh,
I'm not staying up for
forget
that one.
I'll be in
Nope.
Vegas, so I might be awake.
Ooh.
Loving that time zone switch. All right, that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
Adios.